visible symptom, no runny nose, just a head full of darkness. No fever or rash, no fractures or sprains, just longing for something unable to explain. As we speak today, more than 14% of Indian population suffers from variations of mental disorders. And among us today, we have a woman entrepreneur and an artist who will be sharing a struggle as a woman first and how she underwent various mentally and physically abusing situations through her life as a child, as a friend, and as a wife. I welcome Ms. Izra R Gupta on this BizNation TV video podcast today, and I am heartily thankful to her for being so bold and brave to share her mental health on this platform. Warm welcome, ma'am. A few words on your presence, please. Before we begin the podcast, I just request you to showcase your pieces of art to our audience. I'm definitely sure they'll be mesmerized through that. If you could just show some of the art pieces through your end.
Sure.
And yeah, we will also display it on the video.
Sure. This is one of the art pieces that I had made, and it shows mother and it shows a goddess, and I had painted the goddess, and over that I had painted a kitchen over that, and these are handmade flowers that I had made, and I had pasted them over the painting. And basically it shows that how in the plight of Indian society, a woman's role gets confined to a kitchen. I have seen my mother, I have seen so many women that they are not able to move beyond the kitchen and their life gets confined to a kitchen. So this is what I try to portray.
Right.
And the next,
thank you for the, yeah. Please.
This is another one. This is a nest, a bird's nest. How a mother, how a janani, how a woman plays a pivotal role in making a nest for her family, for her entire universe. And these are basically made out of fabrics and Swarovski and feathers. These are fake feathers because I'm an animal lover. So I don't use any material that kills or harms animals. So these are the fabrics and zardozi and the various materials that a designer uses. So this is a wall art that I've created out of that.
Right. Okay. So as we move ahead in this podcast, Ms. Izra, I'll just put up that you were also physically abused as a child. You've had a past of a secluded and isolated childhood, and a mentally and emotionally abusive husband, and a rape encounter. So I'm speaking these things with such a heavy heart through this podcast, but you have different things. So it is you who can explain that how the situation has been and how you have been able to sustain through these times.
Okay, how? Well, honestly, I have always chose to make my walk alone. It was a conscious choice that I made to walk alone each time in my life, and that made me the strongest ever. And rather than compromising on my values, my ethics, my goals, my inner voice, I always felt that the universe has always blessed me for the best of the best, and has always help me come out of situations whenever I have encountered the darkness in my life. Sorry. And for me, winning has always been a decision. It was never a choice. And I always knew that the galaxies are made up of dark holes. The diamonds are made up of gold when they handle the pressures exceptionally well. I always felt that the end of the tunnel is not an illusion, the tunnel is. That was the driving force in me that kept me going on and on and on, and I just wouldn't give up, God helped me sail through all this. I'm just blessed, blessed in every respect.
So I do not have anything to say on to that. It is the thing which you have shared. I do not have anything to share from that from my end, and then we just move on to your other part of life. That is, I just ask you that has art helped you in any way to overcome the mental health issues?
Well, let me be very honest with that. Art has been my source of meditation till my schooling. And after that, when I'll come out very openly with this. I am schizophrenic with bipolar 2. And it happened 15 years back. And when this happened, I was not in a condition to paint. Art could not help me. I could not just paint. And I stopped painting completely. I could not step out of my house. I forgot about my house. I could not step out of my room. I was scared to meet anybody. I would hallucinate. I was suicidal. I would feel that my parents are conspiring against me. I was scared of the light. I was scared of the sunlight. It was difficult for me to get out of the bed, to take a shower. It was that tough. So I think what helped me was my willpower, my doctor, my right doctor. I went to a lot of doctors, but none of the doctors could help except for one doctor, the right doctor that I met. The right medication helped. This is what helped. My right doctor helped. And all the credit goes to my right doctor. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. And I'm sitting right in front of you. He made this possible.
Right. So, I definitely understand that part of situation from your end now. So, how has been things better from earlier now? If you could just help the...
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. If you could help the individuals who can listen to your story and have something to gain from that, I'll just ask that how situation helped you overall and how you come through that.
Right from before till now, I see a completely different me. It's a completely different story, completely flip side of me. Medication has given me a new me. It has given me a new person. It has given me a new aura, a new persona of me that wasn't there. Now I'm functioning well, living a normal, human, healthy life that I just could not ever imagine. I'm just like a normal human being. But this comes with a breakthrough, just with a heartbreak. That means my doctor told me, which normally doctors do not tell anybody. My doctor told me very clearly, I can make you functionally fit. That is possible, but you will never be able to enjoy life. I said, what does that mean? He said, the kind of chemicals that you take, I take about 18 pills a day. So he said, the kind of chemicals that you take, you can live a functionally well life, but you cannot enjoy life. So that part of life I miss on. I miss on. But that's why I feel that if I'm able to help and empower more and more people through my life, through my suffering, I think I'm able to serve my purpose of life. And this is why I'm opening to everybody. This is why I'm opening to people about it. And I'm taking such a brave and bold step.
Right. So you're definitely taking a leap ahead in your life as well, and as in the entrepreneurial journey as well. So I just asked here that you have a brand under the name of Oscar.
Yes.
So what business you display under that? If you could just give a brief to the audience that how you have come all through the years and you are building a brand named Oscar. What is all that about?
Yeah, Oscar is basically my new clothing line, my new women's wear clothing line that I have just launched recently. And currently it doesn't have any turnover because it's just a startup. And it will have also the sales and exhibitions of my artworks and the paintings that I do. And so, yes, that's the plan. This is how it's going to go. And it's a startup.
All right. So, where do you see your entrepreneurial journey 2 years down the line as a brand under the Oscar or anything which you're doing under the entrepreneurship line?
2 years down the line, I see myself as the face of my country and in the international market by the means of either my clothing line or my artworks or both of them. And I want to make my country proud one day. I'm a very patriotic person and I always wanted to make my country proud one day. And apart from that, I have certain personal dreams, personal ambitions, which is winning certain awards for myself that I've always been winning since my school times. And it's been my drive, my winning drive ever since. And so it seems tough at the moment, very tough at the moment, but I know I will win the match one day.
All right. Okay, so we'll just move on to a bit of lighter segment of the entire podcast. That is the this or that round. So just shoot some questions and I'll just expect a quick answers for the same, right?
Okay.
All right. So, are you a dog person or a cat person?
Cat.
All right. A nice car or a nice home interior?
Home interior.
All right. So do you prefer working alone or do you prefer working with a team?
As a team.
All right. So, rich friend or a loyal friend?
Always a loyal friend.
All right. So, if someone would like to reach out to you, will you prefer it mostly through a phone call or a text?
Text. Always a text.
Okay. All right. So the answers were fun and amazing. As we conclude the podcast today, I just ask a simple question here. If you meet your younger self, what advice will you have for a younger version of yourself?
I think if I meet my younger self, honestly, firstly, I would like to pat myself for always being so confident and non-fearing and positive and so with positivity, with giving and loving and caring, so full of life always, in spite of being so ups and downs and everything. But at the same time, being precise, being careful, and being smart.
All right. So on this note, I think we are done with the video podcast, and I'll just request you if you'd like to add anything else on this occasion when you have graced your presence here. That would be really nice.
Yes, I am just a very small particle, and I have nothing great to say, and I haven't achieved much. But all I want to say, as a woman's voice, as a human's voice, I want to say that don't kill animals, try to turn vegetarians, and for the boys, for the youth of today, learn to respect women. Give them love, give them respect, give them attention, but never physically, mentally, emotionally, verbally, never hurt a woman. And for the mental patients, if ever you feel that you're having any symptom of a mental illness, ever, even the scratch of it, please seek a professional health expert immediately. Don't think about it twice, because seeking mental health expert help is an immediate thing, is very important. Very, very important. You cannot do without, even if you have anxiety, panic attacks, stress, anything small as that, please seek help immediately. Without the help, you cannot do. Having medication is not a big deal. You take medication for diabetes, you take medication for thyroid. It's as good as that. Please seek help. Come out and seek help.
All right. So I hope many of the young individuals definitely watch out this video podcast, and it will be of immense help, and they can see your journey as an inspiring one, and definitely have points of learnings from them. So thank you so much, Ms. Izra. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for gracing this video podcast today.
Thank you.